Kahalan, Yaharu Bashim Yahushai Waha, Hakadash, Kwadash. Shalom, Israel. These prophecies are happening fast, real fast. Yeah, if you take a look at this article, something very important just happened. Well, not just happened, but Venezuela's oil-backed cryptocurrency will be convertible to Russian rubles. The so-called petrol digital currency, which was successfully launched by Venezuela last month, will be traded for several global currencies, including the Russian ruble. And they're not going to use the US dollar. This is a trade war. And these are the things that have to happen. This is Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Now, the United States, Babylon the Great is Babylon the Great, just like the scriptures said. So, and this guy, which is a good move, it's part of a war, and if you're having trade wars, you're having a war. So I'm going to read a little bit more. He described these, remember, the Turkish let's read that. Starting March 23rd, all legal and physical entities will be able to purchase the petrol directly. So that means all countries. Legal and physical entities, that's talking about countries, independent states, will be able to purchase the petrol directly within the next 15 days for convertible currencies: yuan, rubles, Turkish liras, and euro, not dollars. He described these as the most important currencies for the economic future of the planet. So the future of the planet is Babylon is out of there. This is 18 and 3 again in Revelation. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the United States is full of wrath, man. If you don't play by their rules, the rules they make up as they go along, they hit you with sanctions, which is wrath. See, and the wine is the economic system. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, doing business with her, with Babylon the Great. Well, in what country in the earth, in the globe, other than America the Great, Babylon, has made it all of its profit on the other nations? And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Gold. What happened in 1848? They had that gold rush. Next thing you know, California is no longer part of Mexico. That's part of her delicacies. And also, the oil they sell, the cars, used to be the cars. This is verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So we can't really physically leave this country. but we can mentally and spiritually build a fence separating us from all these, sins, and so we don't have to catch those plagues. So what do I mean by that? Let's see. When I have a conversation with an individual and I tell them, the Christian church isn't really telling you the truth, and they say, well, sweet Jesus is the truth, even though in their mind it might sound innocent, that's blasphemy. All right, my little said that state companies that are exporting goods such as the country's energy giant PDVSA can already trade for petrol. And this currency is backed by the oil. Real money. Real currency. Even though it's, blockchain, but it's backed up by something. So you could exchange your blockchain for oil. All right. And those enterprises that trade for foreign currency and are authorized from now on to receive el petrol that's what it's called, the el petrol, for their export deliveries, he said, adding that they will be able to supply products to Venezuela for the Venezuelan cryptocurrency to all countries and enterprises in the world. Yep. And this is 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. You can make a job of naming the sins and the iniquities. Let's go back to slavery. Let's go back to land theft of Gad and Issachar. Let's move a little forward. And women's rights, civil rights. They ended segregation, which was a good thing. And there's this book called The Stealing of America. It's by James Whitfield, and he's a lawyer, and he made a good point. He said, if we were made in the image of the Most High, and he might be Jake. If we were made in the image of the Most High, and you give a woman the right to choose to kill that image, which is abortion, that's the sin, man. That's a sin. I could keep going, bro. I could keep going all day long. Sex changes, transgenders, homosexuals, civil rights for the transgenders, and the list goes on. All right, so we got to get out of this. Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled to her double. So that's 1, 2, 3 times the word double. So she's going to get it. America, Babylon is going to get it. And also the Edomites, who were running the show. How much she hath glorified for herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And a queen basically does what she wants, and that's what a queen literally means whore. Explains it to you. And this is Isaiah 42:7. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. So a whore does whatever she wants, doesn't take anything into consideration, sees herself blameless, spotless, which America sees itself as that. Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, and dwellest carelessly, thou sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. Pride, Esau's pride. And I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And you're going to sit as a widow, because when the Most High comes back, it's going to take everything from you. And you're going to lose a lot of your Edomite children, but they're going to come back in the reincarnation as slaves. So you get ready for that. Verse 9. No. Let's see. Yeah, verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon you in the perfection, and their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. Like in America, Babylon the Great is all witchcraft and sorceries. You know, I'm gonna just end it real quick right here. And let's see. Let's see which one is it. I'm gonna end it on the. Let's see this one, because basically that's it. And I'm gonna end it with this one. Revelation 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. Shalom.